Alright, what's up, YouTube? Okay, let's take a look at this. Force 32R. Open up the box. Engine. Paperwork. Alright, nothing fancy. Just the exploded view. And we have a factory sealed motor. So let's tear her open. Okay. Inside we got exhaust gasket, collet, and screw for crank. And then we got the motor. So real beautiful. Let me disassemble it and let's see what the guts look like. All right. Okay, so let's start with the block, right? There it goes. Okay, so just your standard force block, steel inner bearing. You can kind of see the machining in there. Looks good. You know, you can see some oil. Yeah, just real standard. Nothing super fancy here. I do, enjoy the force blocks. I think they look really good. They are a cast block. I know that this is cast. So yeah, there's a look, and like I said, this is the .32. I think the 28 and 32, or maybe it's the 32 and the 36, they share the block. The only thing that's different is the stroke. That's what makes it a 36 versus a 32. Now, this is a really heavy head. I can feel it. It's cast. You can tell by the line there. Yeah, you can definitely tell that this is cast by how heavy it is. They could have chopped it up, and they didn't. It does have the little vent. It is directional, so there is at least that. But yeah, this cooling head feels super heavy. But I'm super happy to have this motor. I've really enjoyed my other forces for like the Traxxas and whatnot, so I'm really excited to see how this motor performs. Starting shaft, typical force. Starting shaft, O-ring. So the back plate's not going to be a problem. I did read online that you should seal the carb. I had to do that on my Traxxas version. I had to seal the carb. It leaked. So I will more than likely seal this one as well, just right from the get-go, before I even fire it up. So I see more than one head shim. So those are both .1s for a total shim stack of .2. Just your standard head button, nothing fancy. And then the pull start, your standard force pull start. This one's the 3-screw version with the one-way bearing. Not a big deal. Yeah, let's take a look at the carb. Standard force carb, plastic carb. It does have the aluminum body. It is a short needle. Even though this carb has the 2 O-rings, I've still sealed them on my other force. They just leak. I'm not sure what the deal with that is, but all my other forces leak, so I will just seal this one from the get-go. And yeah, still a nice carb. This carb works really well. It's the 2113D. My other force uses the 2113M. It's a Traxxas sized, so we will see if that one will fit on a Traxxas vehicle as well. This is a great alternative to the 11K, the 2113. So we will see if this one is one that fits as well. the D. Okay, crank. So your typical force crank. It's got the shark fin, leading edge, really nice cut crank window. You know, it's I can't tell you how well these engines perform that have this crank. Like I said, this will be my third engine like this, and they're just monsters. And I would imagine this will be a monster as well. These engines, you know, like I said, I feel like they run really, really good. The machining on this crank is beautiful. They did a great job. The timing looks good. So, yep, there's a good look at that. Look at this piston. Fuck, this piston is huge. Right? It's only got one oil groove. That's interesting. It's crappy, actually. Kind of is disappointing. Does have bypass holes. You know, kind of help with the, you know, the airflow. I mean, it is a big piston. It's a cast piston. It's not CNC'd like I read on the internet. The rod is CNC'd though. This rod is beautiful. Yeah, I don't think you'd ever experience an issue with the rod. It's got tool marks. Beautifully CNC'd, you know, double bushing, top, bottom. Yeah, like I said, it's a little disappointing to see the single oil groove. It's a little disappointing to see that's cast. But, you know, for $139, can't really complain. You know what I mean? It all looks really good. You know, they machined it where it's important. That's for sure. And then our sleeve. Okay, so this looks exactly like my other Traxxas, the Traxxas version, the 28R. All right, it's got the two intakes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got the two bypass down here at the bottom. It's got this gnarly schnurly port. That port is huge. It's fanged. You know, the only thing that's not exciting is the exhaust port. The exhaust port is not port matched. Right? You look inside there. You look at that. I mean, it's kind of port matched, but not really. Like there's, you know, there's some room for improvement, but not a big deal. You're not going to see me grinding on this sleeve. So, but yeah, I bet this motor absolutely rips. This is kind of Force's thing I've seen. You know, they do the Force, you know, the FC. I think that's their logo. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of where they got it from or whatever, because it looks real similar. I don't know. I'm just kind of making that up, really. But yeah, I mean, my 28 rips. Dude, it rips so hard it's not even funny. And I would imagine this is going to do the same, you know, judging by what I see here. So there it is, guys. Force 32. I guess it's not the R version. I thought it was, but it's not. It's just the Force 32. I don't know if there's a difference or not, but thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. One quick little ad. I don't know how well you guys can see it, right? There we go. See, it didn't get deburred properly. And it's the same on the other side too. Right? I know it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, on the Force 32, it didn't get deburred properly. So we're going to have to take a file to it and fix it.